ForgeBox module of the week. So this one's a new module, and I just saw something pop up in the, basically up in the chat up there. I see the author of this week's one, Scott, chit-chatting. So you want to tell us about this?
Yeah, I thought you were talking to Scott for a second, but I will. This one's called JSONDiff, and it is a simple utility to check what the differences are between two JSON objects, and I'll come back to what that means in a second, or even just to see if they're the same. So you can check, are these the same, and get a list of the changes. So this works for everything from nulls to simple values to the most complex collection of arrays and objects that you can think of. Now, when I said I come back to JSON, it actually doesn't take JSON, the string. It takes deserialized JSON, or structs and arrays and simple values. So if you pass the string, it will just compare the string to each other, and probably not what you wanted. So
maybe we actually should have an option to figure out if it's a string and then try to
possibly that gets tricky, because maybe you wanted to check if the two strings were exactly the same. So but yeah, we actually have something similar to this in TestBox for when you say I expect this array of structs to be another array of structs. It does something similar. I think it calls it deep equal in TestBox, but we might need to switch over to something that's a little more encapsulated here, get its own tests around it, because I don't know how much TestBox tests there are around deep equal. So
interesting. I was going to ask, how does it handle case for keys?
That is a great question about checking case. I did see a precision evaluate for numbers. So let's see, isSame, where are we?
And obviously he's looking through the code available.
Yeah. Because it's open source, yay! I don't see compare calls, which means it would not be case sensitive. So that could be a pull request somebody wants to put in there.
Yep, have a flag for it to say if we want it to be case sensitive check or not. Yep.
But no, I love it, and I especially love the diff functionality. That's something that didn't exist over in ColdBox, or sorry, in TestBox.
Yeah. So
you can give it the two options, and it will give you an array of change sets.
Yeah, I really like that.
Right. It's like, hey, this is the change. Here's the path, old and new. I think it's similar to what you get with libraries like JQ, where you can say, are these changed? So really loving that.
Yeah, for sure. I like
JSONDiff.
Yeah. Tricky bit is, it's going to get messy when you've got structs of arrays of structs and have to do the path to it. But yeah, it looks really cool. I was excited to see that. So good job, Scott. I see you weren't too bored over Christmas holiday. Still got to pop out a couple of things here. So that is your ForgeBox module of the week. And Scott did confirm it does not do case, but he's open to pull requests for sure. So cool. That was our ForgeBox module of the week, brought to you by Modernize or Die Podcast, CFML News Edition, proudly sponsored by Ortus Solutions. You can see the new episodes every week on cfmlnews.modernizeordie.io or on the Ortus Solutions YouTube channel.